So, but then if you have been a regular with IIPM, you would have somehow gotten used to my voice, and now my face too. All right, so the theme for this conference has been Fix the Mind to Fix Africa. And from all the speakers that have been speaking from yesterday to today, they have shared a lot of insights, valuable insight that would help us to not just fix our minds, but also to fix Africa as a continent. I see people make a mistake of taking Africa like it's a nation. Africa is not just a nation or a country, it is a continent. And I would appreciate every one of us taking note of that very important fact.
Hello, Ma, please, you need to reshare your screen.
No,
All right, I was struggling to unmute myself, but I have done that now. All right, let me start by sharing my screen again. Okay. All right, so today we are looking at the topic retired but productive. Retired but productive. Now, I want to ask a question, and I usually like a lot of interaction. So please, if you're in the chat room, just let me know if you are up to the age of retirement, or if you are not yet, or how many years do you think you have to retirement. Just feel free in the comment section and just let me know what you think. So how many years do you have to retirement? Are you retired? Are you about to retire? What's your own status retirement-wise? All right, let's share in the chat room. Let's share in the chat room. Let's share in the chat room. I want to hear from everyone. All right, Prince Jimmy said, not yet. Rachel John said, okay, I didn't get that. Let me get that one from Rachel John. Yes, Rachel John said 16 years. All right, that's nice. Michael Adeyemi said 8 years. Wow. Fadebi Rode said 13 years. All right. Taiwo Latunde said still active. Okay. Pius Benjamin, I hope you can hear me now. Yes. Abraham Manalo said active. Tana Barnabas said 5 years more. Christopher CS said, haven't read that yet. All right. So for different people, it's different things. And in the course of this session, one thing I like you to do and know is that you don't let anyone force you into retirement. All right, retirement should be something that you feel up to do. You do on your own terms. All right, you do when you feel ready to. And we'll be sharing a whole lot on retirement. Let me just reshare my slide one more time. It's hanging. All right, so let's look at the word retirement. Let's look at the word retirement. What does it mean? What does it mean to most people? What's your understanding of the word retirement? Now, retirement basically is the withdrawal from one's position or occupation or from one's active working life, all right? So all of us have at different times a kind of work structure that makes you busy, that makes you always, maybe you're having a 9 to 5 kind of work life, or you work at different times of the day. But retirement basically is when you make your choice to withdraw from that occupation or withdraw from that active working period. Retirement is also a time that marks the passage from a life of work to a life of accomplishment, leisure, and choice. I am emphasizing a lot on choice because we have made retirement look like something that is forced on us. But I know there are forced retirements, but most importantly, it's important that you live your life on your own terms, all right? So most people may feel very defined by their job, and because of that, transition becomes difficult. it becomes very difficult for them to transit from that definition, because your work makes you who you are. We have a lot of people now who even don't go for retirement at all. They do what we call they do what we call pre-retirement. In pre-retirement, you're not fully retired. What you do at that particular moment is that you put off the entire retirement, but then you are working because you need to still give out what you know. You need to contribute other countries, Western countries, we see this very, very prevalent. So they don't want to like stay away from work per se, but they don't Germany was the first country to introduce a retirement benefits for their workers. And in most countries, the idea of retirement is recent. All right, the idea of retirement plans and benefits is very recent, because people work till they die. All right, because low life expectancy, lack of social security, and the absence of even pension arrangements makes some workers to work people to plan their retirement. All right, so let's move on. I want to share a story with you, and this story is the story of the man we all call Colonel Sanders. Now, Colonel Sanders, if you are familiar with KFC, KFC is a very known chicken making industry. And there's a lot of franchise everywhere. The story has it that his father, at age 5, his father died, leaving him to cook and care for his siblings. By 16 years of age, he had quit school and he had left home for work in a farmyard. At the age of 16, this young man saw himself enlisting for the United States Army, and he had to do this. Eventually, he was honorably discharged a year later. Then, after which he found himself at the age of 17, he had already lost 4 jobs. By 18, he got married, had a daughter. By 20, his wife had left him and took their baby daughter. Eventually, he tried to get kidnapped the daughter back, and he failed woefully at doing that. All right, so but a lot happened in his life. But the part that really gets me very concerned as regards this topic is that at the age of 65, he had retired, and he retired with just $105. He became very suicidal and he was about to die. And it was only then that he realized that there was something he was very good at. In fact, something that he was more successful at doing than any other person that he knew, and that was cooking. He knew that he could do this better than anybody. So he used about $87 that he had, and he bought himself some chicken, and he fried it using his own recipe. And this recipe, even though it was rejected 1,009 times before anyone accepted it, he did not hesitate, he did not draw back, he did not stop. He kept pushing. He went from door to door, and he kept selling this chicken to the neighbors. It wasn't long before there were several franchises everywhere. And what is very, very striking about Colonel Sanders is that at the age of 65, he was retired and he was ready to commit suicide. But by the age of 88, KFC had made him not a millionaire, but a billionaire. At the age of 90, Sanders passed away from pneumonia. And at that time, there were about 6,000 KFC locations in 48 countries. But even at 2013, there were about 18,000 KFC locations in about 118 countries. Now the number has skyrocketed. Now, why am I sharing this story with you? Because the topic is retired but productive. Many people look at retirement like it's a death sentence, all right? Like it's the end of life. Like when someone tells you, I'm retired, left for you in this life. But that is not really supposed to be the case. That is not supposed to be the situation if you plan well for retirement. So we're going to be looking at productivity. The word productivity, what does it mean? It means the state of being productive, the state of being fertile, the state of being efficient. What we are trying to say in this little session is that you can be retired capable of producing something, being fertile, irrespective of age. You know, the Bible speaks about the from. One thing you should know is that your life should be like the palm tree. Every aspect of you is useful. Gags and stuff like that and maths. The when we mention the word productivity. So productivity simply means yielding good and useful as a result of old age, because there are a lot because there are layoffs. If your employer begins to struggle financially, and one thing that might be sure is layoffs, okay? So the employer will have to lay off some employees, and most likely they would usually lay off old workers because old workers have higher salaries, and because of that, they are often the younger workers. All right. So when somebody is of a certain age, it's more difficult for the person to find a caring for their family, all right, caring for their families. A time comes, maybe you have aging parents or a sick spouse, and then you are the only one who is available to be a caregiver for that person. Now, please, in the chat session, in the chat room, please go ahead and share with anyone who stops learning starts dying, and we all want to learn, right? So please share with me as we go on. Even though this is a short class, I'll try to capture most of them as much as I can. All right. Another one could be eligibility for private or public pension benefits. Sometimes you are eligible for a particular benefit. If you have worked for maybe 20 years or 30 years, then you are due for this. Some people use that as the cogent reason for them to actually retire. Now, let's look at something very interesting. 5 stages of retirement. 5 stages. of retirement. Now, I'll sharing with you, one thing we need to know is that for everyone who retires, there are 5 basic stages that that person would have to go through. And these are the pre-retirement stage, the full retirement stage, the disenchantment stage, the reorientation stage, the reconciliation and stability stage. And I'll be sharing all of this. Yes, from the chat room, Abraham Onalo said retirement also can be as a result of the aim to set up a business. That's beautiful. So that's another cause of retirement. Maybe you have a passion, you have a business you really want to focus on, and because of that, you have to stop what you're doing and then retire from what you're doing so that you can do what really matters to you. That's a very powerful contribution. Let me see if there are other contributions here from the chat room, because it's supposed to be a very, very interactive class. Yes, Daniel Miruku said voluntary retirement for the purpose of going into another business. Yes, and pursuing a new lifestyle. That is very, very beautiful. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this. Now we have Taiwo Olatunde said declining productivity, okay, incapacitation. These are reasons why people actually go into retirement. So let me share with you these 5 stages of retirement. Now, the first stage is called the pre-retirement, and this stage can last up to 5 to 10, 15 years or even more before your actual retirement date. This period is the period that happens before your actual retirement. Most people shift their focus from building their careers to focusing on the financial planning aspect of their retirement, on the emotional aspect planning aspect of their retirement. And along with your finances, you need to consider what makes you happy, what makes you fulfilled while you are preparing to make this transition. All right, when you do this, then you have a very smoother experience in retirement. Emotional planning should be part of your budget. Making your lifestyle decisions, such as downsizing to have more financial freedom, the ability to age in place, will help you to plan for both your financial and emotional well-being. At this pre-retirement stage, there is a lot of anticipation. There is a lot of excitement, all right? So you're dreaming about when I'm going to be having all the free time, when I'm going to be free to do what I really care about. Anxiety tends to set in for some people because they begin to worry, will they have enough money saved up for this retirement? And the second stage is the full retirement stage. This full retirement stage is also known as the liberation or the honeymoon phase of retirement. At this phase, it includes feelings of excitement, feelings of relief. Oh, I'm not going to be going to work anymore. I'm going to have a lot of rest. I'm going to do what matters to me. And then the feelings of freedom from stress, the feelings of freedom from responsibilities of the day-to-day working life, all right? So people at this stage, they're trying to connect with family, they're trying to connect with friends, they want to spend time on their hobbies, they will have a lot of traveling plans and plans to start new businesses and stuff like that. Now, it's important that at this full retirement stage, instead of you to take a vacation-like path, it's important that you just settle yourself into a routine so that the honeymoon or the liberation stage does not pass out very, very fast, because you just have to wake up each morning having a plan in place, and then you continue activities that really make you happy, and then enjoy your retirement stage. Now, some people just say, assume it's vacation, but that feeling of liberation, that honeymoon phase of retirement might not last if you are not careful. Now, this is what takes us to the third stage of retirement, that's called disenchantment. Now, once the emotional high of retiring has worn off, the next stage is what? This disenchantment stage. At this stage, the honeymoon phase is over. People may feel a sense of disappointment and disillusionment. Maybe they felt like the plans I had for this period is not really working out the way I wanted to work out. The things I wanted to do, most of them are not really working out the way I felt they would have worked out. And then there's feelings of disenchantment, feelings of disillusionment begin to set in, because at this point people have set a lot of attention on actually retiring, that once it sets in, the feeling becomes less exciting than it was hyped up to be, okay? And then they begin to feel like something is missing in their lives. And then at this point, you see people begin to feel boredom, they begin to feel lonely, they begin to feel like they are useless or worthless because there is nobody, they feel like they're not contributing meaningfully to anybody. If this is not very addressed, the person can slip into depression, and this is not good for anyone. Number 4 stage of retirement is what we call reorientation. Reorientation, it involves creating a new identity. Now that you are no longer defined by the job you are doing before, it calls for identity. So who are you now? Because some people from your working days and then move on to enjoy your retirement as it is meant to be enjoyed. Often considered the most challenging stage is this rotation stage, because at this stage, people quickly go through their retirement to-do list and they begin to feel a sense of lots of purpose because of the disenchantment stage. But if you reevaluate yourself properly, if you reevaluate your decisions properly, you'll be able to tell yourself there are things that really matter to you. Follow your passion, follow volunteering for a particular activity. You can add some fun activities to your routine, and then you'll be able to reorient yourself properly. Now, the 5th and the final stage is what we call the reconciliation stage. And this final stage may set in about 15 years after your official date of retirement. Now, if you have gained this kind of knowledge that we are giving now, yours might be shorter because you already know what to expect and then you know how to walk across it. Now, retirees in this stage are content, they are hopeful in the transition, and they will experience less depression, they will experience less anxiety, and even health conditions may be more prevalent during this stage. So retirees might just focus mainly on just feeling better, just getting, taking care of their health, all right, maintaining their health, maintaining their independence, and just reaching out to friends and family. While not everybody may be able to experience each stage as intensely as the same and at the same amount with others, it is important that most people walk through these processes with different degrees of intensity, and that is very, very key. We have to accept the fact that retirement comes with a lot of emotions, worries, anxieties, and stuff like that. But we have to really tell ourselves ahead of time, what do you want? That is why it is essential that we plan for retirement. There's a lot of plan for our working life, but there's little or no plan for retirement. And that is why I'm really grateful to IIPM because of the organization and the coordination of the topics in this conference. I just believe that there is no topic that has not been covered. They've covered your before working life, your current working life, and your life after work. And that is why these topics have been shared to make sure that you have a very complete and full experience in the course of this conference. Now, there are common misconceptions about retirement life. So people say you should retire by a certain age, all right? So in Nigeria, I think the retirement age is about 60, 65. In Canada, it's about 65. In Nigeria, it's 60, about 35 working years, and the rest of that. There's this conception that you should retire by a certain age. But really, in all honesty, we should retire when we are ready. We should retire when we feel up to it. We should retire when we feel like we need more time, we need a change in lifestyle, or we need a change in business. Our retirement should not be based on any particular timing or what people think. It should be based on what you think is right for you yourself. Another common misconception people usually have is that retirement means not working. Sometimes people even work much more when they are retired than when they are in the normal routine of the 9-to-5 job and stuff like the 8-to-5 job and others like that. It is important, very important, that you find what, if you stop working, it's just like our muscles. When we stop working out our muscles, what happens? Our muscles become weak. When we stop working out our mind, what happens? Our minds become weak. We're not able to think proficiently. So in retirement, it's not like we stop work, but we just look for what matters to us. We look for that job that matters to us, what really matters, and then focus our attention on it. So retirement does not mean you stop working, all right? Many retirees decide to work out of financial necessity, while others just make up their mind to work for social opportunities, to just work for gratification of employment. They just work for, because they find it fulfilling to work, all right? They are eager to fill their time with something that is very worthy of that time. Another common misconception of retirement life is that you won't be stressed. You won't be stressed during retirement. And that's the big lie. During retirement, you will be stressed. You'll be stressed because in as much as you expect an easy, stress-free, extended vacation kind of lifestyle, the truth of the matter is that that lack of stress of being busy, of recurrent schedules, they will replace itself with other kinds of stress. Okay, so it's not going to be workplace stress this time, but it can be stress of you becoming ill, or stress of a loved one becoming ill, or stress of emotional stress, or stress of even physical stress, because your body can no longer carry what it used to carry before. All right, I'm looking at the comment section. Yes, thank you, Prophet Jandish. Oh, thank you so much for your compliments. Yesterday, I really enjoyed your topic on discovering your personal identity, your identity. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right. So there is stress. There is another kind of stress. It could be financial stress because you're not able to provide for yourself the way you thought you would have been able to provide for yourself during retirement. So it could be house repairs. Something might happen to your house and you don't have the wherewithal to fix your house the same way you would have fixed it some years ago. It could be purchasing a new vehicle because your old vehicle has gone bad. The long and short of it, what I'm trying to make, the sense I'm trying to make here is that there will be other kinds of stress that will replace it. After all, in this life that we are, if you have probably lived long, you would agree with me that there is one kind of stress in this life, one after the other, right? So if you're not having this kind of stress, you're having another kind of stress. Somebody said that while one person is having a kind of stress of how to get money to push his passion, another person is having a stress of how well to utilize the excess money that he has. So everyone has some kind of stress, all right? So another common misconception about retirement life is that you will have the time and the means to travel more, all right? Workers nearing retirement expect to do a lot of traveling during retirement and explore new places, travel to new locations, but many don't end up traveling as much as they plan to. Now, the issue is that even with all that spare time and additional income, traveling costs may add up so quickly. So traveling is quite expensive, and many retirees would just rather be frugal with the money that they have with their retirement savings than spend them all on traveling. So my advice is you can travel, but then consider one big trip a year instead of having multiple travel destinations. That way you're able to save up on the money that you have. Another common misconception about retirement life is that once you are retired, you are useless to your generation. And my answer is no, absolutely no. As a matter of fact, if you are retired, there is a whole wealth of information that you already have that your generation needs. And we need that information. You see, former President Obasanjo just had a new appointment a few days ago, right? And it's not because he really has all the energy to do the work and stuff like that, but those people realize that there's a particular wealth of knowledge that he has to release out to others, all right? A particular wealth of knowledge that he has, and many of us would have in the future when we're ready to retire, and many of those who are already retired still have, and they are willing to give. And some of those appointments is just for a platform upon which they can release what they already have. Okay. Yes. Gift Abu Bakar from Sierra Leone. You said you're enjoying this session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So And congratulations, Crosslyn, on your new induction. All right, so once you're retired, you're not useless to your generation. As a matter of fact, there is a lot of wealth of knowledge that you have to give to others. Now, let's talk about common retirement mistakes people make. Common retirement mistakes people make. All right, number one is making your children your retirement plan. This is very, very common, especially in Africa here. We make our children our retirement plan. So you see parents not making plans for their retirement, and all their plan is when my children grow up, they will take care of me. When my children grow up, and what you don't realize that those children, when they grow up, they will also have their own fair share of challenges, their own fair share of issues, things they need to take care of, things they need to do for themselves. So parents are like, when I get old, the children will take care of me. And that is why you see some people dying very old and lonely, because the children already feel like they are a burden to them. Please don't make your children your retirement plan. I know all of us are training our children well so they can help us when we get old. But in all honesty, let it be something that comes out of a place of willingness, not as a place, not from a place of compulsion. All right, let's not make our children our retirement plan. If you can hear me loud and clear and you agree with what I said, please just type it in the chat room. Don't make your children your retirement plan. Have a plan for your retirement. All right, you can decide to have passive income, but just make sure that you have something so that your children don't see you as a burden. All right, another retirement mistake people make is that they don't even plan for retirement. And if you don't plan for retirement, you will retire angry, hungry, and depressed. If you don't plan for retirement, you'll be angry, you'll be hungry, you'll be depressed, you'll be sad, you'll be an old person. In Africa, we most of our old people, we call them witches, okay? We call them wizards. Why do we assume that they are like that? Because at the point when they are old, they have lost their identity, they have lost their purpose for living, and because they are expecting their children to give to them, and those children are also struggling to make ends meet, they become angry, they become bitter, and out of those anger and bitterness comes what we call witchcraft. So they begin to look for ways to make sure, because you're not giving to me and stuff like that. So plan for retirement so that you not become an old witch. Plan for retirement so you don't become an old wizard, so that you become that kind of grandpa and grandma that can contribute to the academics of your children. You can contribute to the schooling. You can even contribute to house rent of your children and your children's children. The Bible makes us to understand that a wise man leaves an inheritance, not just for his children, but for his children's children. So plan for retirement. Retirement is not an emergency. Can we just type it in the comment section? Yeah, I see all your comments coming in the chat room. Thank you so much. Can we type this? Retirement is not an emergency. Retirement is not an emergency. So plan for it. All right. We see a lot of people not planning for retirement. Now, another common mistake retirees make is that they depend only on pensions. I don't know how many of you who have parents who are alive who are still getting pensions. Now, what purpose can that pension serve right now? My mother used to be a teacher in Aba, Abia State, and currently she gets a pension that used to be about 12,000 something. Recently, because of the current situation in the state, they are not able to pay even working teacher's salary. They cut it down to about 5,000. What 5,000 naira is not even enough for the expenses my mother makes on a daily basis. It's not even enough for a daily expense. So I don't understand why on earth somebody will pay 5,000 for pensions. Now, I know there are other people who have larger pensions and stuff like that, depending on where you work. My mother was a teacher, and it was said that teacher salary is in heaven and stuff like that. But she cannot live, she cannot even survive on her pension. Another common mistake retirees make is that they expose their retirement money to risk. So you have your retirement money and you see that money is not enough. and somebody tells you, bring this money. If you put it here, fast, it will multiply, it will double. And then you carry your retirement money and then you use it to play Ponzi, or you do it to do bet Niger or bet whatever, all for the sake of fast cash. You would have entered in Nigeria, we say Oyo, on your own, OYO. So if you're not Nigerian, you can learn that slang. When we say that you're Oyo, it means that you're on your own, OYO. So this is very, very risky. Don't play with your retirement money at all. And that is one of the mistakes retirees make. Another one they make is not having health insurance. As we begin to age, it is certain that our legs, our hands, our bodies might not work the same way it used to work some years ago. So there is need for concrete health insurance. And these are things you do even before you retire, so that you'll be sure of being taken care of, because a time will come when even the money in your hand might not be able to take care of certain things, but because you have the health insurance, you'll be able to take care of yourself. The NHIS here in Nigeria is really working and is very helpful for a lot of people. So go get a health insurance. I don't know what country you are watching me from or you are joining in this conference. I know there are several countries that are participating in this conference, but go get health insurance because it will help you. Another common mistake retirees make is that they stay in isolated places. When you stay in an isolated place, anything can happen to you, all right? And then there are wicked people, thieves, robbers who want to will I say treat an older person roughly, all right? They can steal from you because they know you are not as strong to protect yourself and to protect what you have. And that thing, you might even fall ill, and because there is nobody around, you might become sick, and some help won't come when the help should have come on time. Yes, Daniel Miracle said the point on exposing retirement benefits to risks should be emphasized. Many of the retirees are told stories of quick returns that they buy into. That's exactly what I'm saying. So it's important that they don't they don't fall for the trap or for the enticement of having quick returns. All right. So let's look at another topic. All right, let me just reshare my slide quickly and then we continue. Yes. So the next one I want to share with us is strategic planning for retirement. Strategic planning for retirement. We need to properly plan for retirement. I said earlier, and I'll repeat that again, that retirement is not an emergency. It's not an emergency, so you have to intentionally, deliberately plan for it. Number one plan you have to make is a health plan. I've said it before concerning the health insurance. Go get yourself a health insurance. Go get yourself a health insurance. Have a health plan for yourself. Those who are nearing retirement, as they age, they expect to stay healthy, even in retirement. Some of them start living a very healthier lifestyle. They plan to exercise more. They plan to eat healthier diets and play and have energy to play even in their free time. People don't usually think of the potential health issues that they may face during retirement, and this is real. So it's important for you to know that even your health plans can get in the way of all the retirement plans you have made ahead of time. So as we begin to age, we need to be careful and intentional that health conditions may come up, and in some people's cases, they may have to rely on healthcare assistance, and that may be even much more than they plan. So think about your health. All right. If you have an underlying disease, of course, you know that as you age, the potential for that disease to get more serious might increase as you begin to age. So make a plan for yourself. Another plan you have to make is financial plan. Depending on how much you have saved up for your retirement, you might need to be realistic about your spending. Even with a pension, you are still on a fixed income. And then if you're on a fixed income, there are certain things you cannot do. There are certain ways you cannot live. There are certain things you cannot spend on. So you can supplement with additional work, even in retirement, something that does not put a lot of pressure on you. But even at that, that still poses a limit on all the other travel plans and other plans that you have for your retirement. But you need to make ends meet so that you don't become a burden. All right, old age is not meant to be a burden. is not meant to make you be a burden to your family. All right, the fact that you are old, everybody gets old, and this is key, so that you don't begin to look at every other person and begin to act as if you are, as if they did a bad thing to be related to somebody who is old. Another plan that I did not add here, but it's very key, is emotional plan. We have to make emotional plans when we are retiring. Many of us make a lot of plans, but we miss out on making this emotional plan. Now, emotional plan has to do with you being in control of your emotions and being able to manage your emotions even when you retire, so that you don't begin to make any other people around you feel like they are your problem. You don't begin to make your family members feel like they are all a problem to you. You don't also make yourself feel like you are a problem to other people around you. Retirement comes with a whole army of emotions, anxiety, and worries, but you have to find a way to live gracefully. Don't make it look like anybody made you old. Let me say that again. Don't make it look like anybody made you old. Nobody made you old. You just got old, and everybody gets old. All right, this might be funny, but it is real. Nobody made you old. If you can hear me, just type it in the chat room. Nobody made you old. All right, life happens, and don't make it look like it's a problem that you are old. We all will get old, but we should have a strategic plan towards old age and towards retirement. Another one is relational plan. In relational plan, you have plans of people you want to keep in contact with, people you want to reach out to, people you want to keep in your life, all right, till you get old. This is very, very key. Another one is legacy plan. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be remembered for? In the long run, when you pass away from this earth, you'll be remembered for something. People are remembered for either the problems they caused or the solution they brought. What do you want to be remembered for? And in the course of this, begin to make a plan for your legacy. What do you want generations to eventually know about you? Because they would remember something about you, whether you're intentional about it or not. So make a legacy plan. What do you want people to know you for? If possible, write them in a book. Write a memo. All right. I always have this personal quote. Is a quote I developed for myself. I don't know, it can be of help to anyone. That's why I'm going to share it. I always say this. The reason why I get up whenever life knocks me down is because I don't want the story of my life to be told shabbily. This is a quote I developed by myself. Now, if you are going to post it anywhere, remember to write my name on it. All right. So the reason why I get up whenever life throws me down, whenever I get knocked down by life, is because I do not want the story of my life to be told shabbily. Now, if you don't want the story of your life to be told shabbily, you have to do something about it. Have a plan for your legacy. Write your story in a book. Let younger people look at it and see possibilities in life. Let them see that from a rough beginning, from a dry beginning, from a beginning that did not look like it, you were able to arise and make a lot of difference in your generation. All right, strategically plan for your legacy. Strategically plan, but make sure that there is a problem you have solved though before you start looking for a legacy plan. Because you don't make a legacy plan when your entire legacy is borrowing from people, begging here and there. That is not a legacy at all. All right, so let's talk about this. I know I am very aware.
All right. So sorry, we might not go further here because so thank you so much. We may have to stop here. We've already exceeded by 15 minutes. Okay. We will make these lectures available in the Google Classroom so that we can all have access to it. And also, we might not be able to take questions as this was supposed to be a breakout section. So we are going to introduce the next speaker immediately. All other questions can be directed to Pastor Mississippi. You could find her on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp. Sorry, did I say WhatsApp? Yes, you can find her on you can find her on Instagram. In fact, all the social networks, search for Pastor Ifeoma Eze. You will see her, and she's doing great work. Time did not permit us to share her profile, but you'll get her full profile in the Google Classroom. Thank you so much, Mike. For the time.
Thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who commented. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so quickly, we are going to be introducing our next speaker, who will be talking on proposal writing and grant. He's going to take 30 minutes to share what he has to share. If time permits, we'll take questions. But like I said, these sessions are meant to be breakout sessions, but we just factor that it's better that all of us get to be part of it rather than breaking it up. So we'll be introducing our next speaker, who also happens to be a faculty member, Mr. Ikenna Okafor. He'll be talking to us on proposal writing and grants. So we've done so much on discovering yourself. We've done so much on what your vision should be and all of that. So how do you come about sharing your plans, your visions with others? How do you get access to grants? So our next speaker will be addressing that. So join me as we welcome Mr. Ikenna Okafor. Please, sir, the floor is open for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And sorry, please, I'm also handing over to Princess from here. I'm handing over to Princess, so she'll be moderating from now. I'm handing over to Princess. Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. You're all welcome to this session. We are going to be very brief. I have, as I was told, I have just 30 minutes. Okay. All right, so we are going to be looking at proposal writing and funding opportunities for Africans. We've discussed about how to be innovative. We've discussed about, okay, hold on, please.
I'll do my best.
All right, thank you. So from the keynotes speaker, we've discussed about being innovative. We've discussed about growth. We've discussed about self-discovery. We've discussed about market. We've discussed about OPM and OPT and design thinking. Now, I know that so many of us already have business ideas that we want to kick running, but the challenge is fund. But the good news, first of all, I want you to know that fund is never a problem to start any business. Yes, fund is never a problem to start any business. Several occasions we always say that I have a very good business idea, but it's just money. If I just have one careless 1 million naira now, or you will never have that careless 1 million naira anywhere. You just have to have a very good business idea and a very good proposal. That will attract funds to you. And how will you get your funds? Basically, either by loan, either by grant, either by angel investor, either by partnership. All right, so I'm going to be very brief. I'm going to take that as bullet points because we don't have luxury of time again. So you agree with me that most entrepreneurs, business owners, and employers have said that lack of funding is a major problem to their business. But I don't know. Anytime I say that fund is not a problem, sometimes some people said no and begin to argue over it. But then what should be done about it if this is true? Well, let's look at what is really existing today, the status quo today. The status quo is that most people start business because they just feel like, okay, there's profit in this business. Let me just go into it. I heard that, okay, like when I was doing my laundry business, when I told someone how much I make in a month, person just went to open the laundry the next 2 or 3 months. And in another 2 or 3 months, she packed up. So the point is, it's not because you have excess money or because you just, oh, there is there's profit in this business, so let's go into it. Most people start business because most people who start business don't have business proposal or their business idea documented anywhere. They have no vision about the business. It's not written. They don't get it documented, and they just go and start a business. So what happens is that since they are starting on a poor foundation, once there is a little wind, the business crumbles. They can't catch up themselves any longer. Another thing is that most people start them because they have excess fund to do that. Okay, you just see people just since I have 20 million lying in my account, let me just pump it into somewhere. In such case, what do you do with your 20 million? Should you leave it lying fallow? Well, the question is no. You can also get people who understand a particular business and see in a business you can invest in. All right. So so these are some of the status quo. Some people, there are so many of them. People also go into business without having knowledge about the business. Currently, I'm into rabbitry, and I'm almost into the full chain of rabbitry, apart from feed production. Now, before I went into it, I started it as a pet. I was using it as a pet, studying it, understudying it, getting to know every bit about it, getting to understand the major players in the market, all that. So you don't just start a business because you feel okay. I just need to start a business. I have money, or I'm retiring and I just need to put my money somewhere. No, even when you are doing this, you need to have a knowledge about the business you are going into. All right. So why do we need business proposal then? Why do we need business proposal? It helps to give direction. It gives direction to your business. It gives direction to your idea, right? Business proposal help you see the future, because someone define business proposal as a document that's a history document that looks that talks about the present, that drives you into the future. So that if you have a business proposal, which of course is a summary of your business plan, it will make one who even wants to invest in your business understand where you are coming from. All right. So it helps to document your business ideas and your strategies. It documents your business ideas and your strategies when you have a proper business proposal or business plan. Another thing that it helps, it helps you see your cash flow projection. If someone brought a business plan for me to edit, and the person did a very wonderful work talking about, she spoke about innovation and everything, but there was no cash flow analysis. So an investor don't know how much this person needs for this business. That is not just, that's not really a business plan. That's just, maybe that's a dream, not a vision. That's a dream. So take a business plan helps you to change your dream into vision. I'm trying to incorporate all that the speakers have said. So it helps you narrow your dream into vision. It helps you in implementation, because all this we have said here will not be useful if we cannot implement it. So I expect that after now, if for some of us who have business plans already, we should go back, or business proposal, we should go back and, is it just one person that can hear me? Can every other person hear me? Can every other person hear me? If you can hear me, type 00. All right, thank you. So please check your network. Check your network. So then it will help you monitor your business performance. And most importantly, as we are focused, that's why it's on bold, to help you secure investors and funding. Are we together? All right. So we will not discuss, we will not go further to start defining business plan again, but it's a well-articulated document. It's a well-articulated document of your business idea, of the central idea guiding your business, of what you want to achieve. All right, well documented. This will have we were going to talk about the component as we proceed, but I'm trying to be fast so that I will finish everything I need to say before I'm asked to stop. All right, so let me just proceed with speed of light. So content of business plan, we have the content, the title page, table of content, executive summary, product and services. Now the places in bold are just the place I will quickly talk about. Those are places I will quickly talk about. The executive summary. All right. So your executive summary must pass the message and your idea, the central idea of your business very strongly. Why? Because investors may not have the time to go through your entire business plan. They may not have the time to go through. For instance, when I'm called into a panel to look at business plan, when I go through your executive summary, I go through your value proposition, the next thing I go into your financials and look at your projections, do the division and get the percentage, you know, and see if this business is viable. So it should be a summary of everything you've written, but very succinct, straight to the point, very interesting, very captivating. Please, it's important you should mind your grammar at this point. Your grammar is very, very important, because I know somebody that once he just spots that kind of grammar, typographical errors, many of us do say, oh, it's just a typographical error, you will not touch your business plan any longer. I'll just look at this person not a careful person. If you are bringing a business plan for someone to invest 10 million naira, then you should even pay for somebody to proofread for you and edit it. All right. So let's proceed. The next is product and services. Describe your product and service. What are the values? What value will people get? What are the benefits? What are the advantages of using your product and services? Be research based. Don't man tell us something, a wise statement that my product will make cooking easy, for instance, or my product we save your money. How? What percentage of my money? How? Maybe saving my time. You're converting into money. You should show this to. In fact, there was this advert that Clean was doing then. That I think there was money inside Clean. People were just buying it. I think so. I can't remember what happened then. But the message, they had to stop that because the message became ambiguous. I remember there was a court case on that. So you need to be clear about your product, what they do. And if you need to put pictures in your proposal, it should be very clear picture. Don't go and print in black and white. Printing a very good DI, you know, colored printing to get it out, to make it attractive. Use graphics. You know, then your choice of words when you're explaining your product, you can use words like cryptic, smooth, bright. You know, you try to paint an image in the mind of the person who you want to invest, who you want to invest or fund your business. Management and governance of your business. This is very key as well. And an investor wants to be sure that he's not just giving somebody money who we just is not answerable to anybody. That was why I don't know, one of the speakers spoke about collaboration. He spoke about collaboration, that most NGOs tend to be more interested in businesses that an organization that are collaborating, that are in partnership, that have people that they report to. That's why you see most Nigerian companies now are beginning to put names of their directors out. So you know, okay, oh, this is a person, these are people I'm dealing with, these are people we are dealing with. All right. So okay. Okay. All right. So
We can't hear you, please. I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Okay, sir. Okay, because people were saying they couldn't hear. So thank you so much for that. All right, so like in IIPM, we have people like Dr. Larry Phillips and so many others who group guides us in whatever we do. So you can emulate that also in your business. So this place is also another very important. Remember I told you there are 3 places we look out for, which is executive summary, your value proposition, and your financials. Why is this place important? Because this is where you have the central idea. Yes, you just told us, you just described your products and services, but here, this way you are going to clearly distinguish what is the difference between the disparity between your products and services and every other product and services. You are going to tell us your central idea. If you read the Blue Ocean Strategy, there are 4 central ideas the book is talking about, that when you're doing any business, this business should address either or more than one of these, which is your business should reduce, eliminate, create, or raise. What does this mean? It means that if you are doing a business, you are trying to reduce the stress. Let me use Bolt, for instance. What has Bolt, Uber, O-Ride, and many others, what have they done? They've reduced the stress of you going outside to stand and looking for a taxi. All right. What have they also done? They've eliminated security risk that we face. What have they also done? They've created comfort and they raise standard. So you see, they have the 4 of them, but your business might just have 1. Your business might have 2. So look at your business, that business you are doing now. What is that? I see people washing car. What do you do? I just wash car. And there's nothing different from what the other guy is doing across the street. So there should be something different. You see that when someone comes to wash maybe it's just the tire. There's a place that a friend of mine goes to wash his car. Very far. He goes there just because of when they wash the tire, it is very black. It is dark. They take their time to wash it. That can just be the only thing. There's another place I know that when they wash your car, you have fragrance for at least the next 3 days. And it's the same cost of 1,000 naira every other place. So you see, so your business idea here needs to be very strong. It must be outstanding. Try to get the book, the Blue Ocean Strategy. I will see how I can share it in the Google Classroom so we can all have it. Maybe possibly also the audio. All right. Then the last important place is your financials. Your financials, this is where you need to state how much you need to start the business, your source of startup cost, operational and or variable cost. You have to have evidence of bookkeeping. When you want to go and we are going to seek loan, anything you want to get, that you want to get money, you must show that you've been making money or you have the potential to make money, but you should have bookkeeping. It shows that you have control. All right. Your business should also show that there is streams of revenue. For instance, if you be producing palm kernel, palm oil, that you would want to pound extract the oil, what do you do with the shell? What do you do with the nut itself and everything? So all these are important for investors to see that, okay, if we are putting in money here, this money, it's going to, and you see, another thing, it's very important to know that when you're talking about your source of fund, it's important to show that there is also some commitment you are going to make. It is easier for people to give other people they know they have capacity to deliver a particular money. For instance, what do I mean? If you need 100 million naira, this person know that you have up to 20 million naira. The person can easily release 80 million for you. If you need 100 million, you have 50 million, you can easily get another 50 million. The person can easily give you because you have capacity. But somebody who don't have capacity, who have not tasted money before, there is usually the fear of people sponsoring such business. Are we together? So, all right. So, thank you, Gift. Oops. Thank you. So, the characteristics of, I'm just trying to be fast, so we'll be done with our 30 minutes. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. So if there's questions, the moderator might decide if you will take. Characteristics of your work, how your work should look. Use graphics. Graphics, all right? Use graphics to represent some of your information. It's very important. It's captivating. It gives the person less time to read. Use chart and graph to present your information, bar chart. So you should be good with computer, all right? Use it to analyze your data and statistics. Don't just go and coin something and bring. No, research, research, research. Don't copy and paste business proposal. There is now plagiarism. Just put it online and we get with the source you even got the work from. I see plenty of people that I write business proposal, and once you just give me, just type it online, you see the website I've gotten it from. And that's why people want, they'll even charge as much as 10,000 naira to write and use 1,000 to download it. They're making 9,000 naira profits. But you as an entrepreneur, you should be able to do this. Yes, I write for people. If you bring money, I'll collect and I'll write for you. But I prefer you do it yourself. Because what happens is that sometimes you spend your time writing business plan for people, very wonderful business plan. Yes, you see that they have this idea, or sometimes they don't even have the idea. They just pay to write the business plan and write the business plan for them. They dump it, or 1 year the business is not functioning. I feel bad about it, even if I collected the money. I still feel bad about it because I want to see that in 10 years I'll be like, I wrote business plan for this company, I wrote business plan for that company. All right. So, and of course, when your business is surviving, you can continue to contract me as your consultant. Excuse me. So be concise and sourcing. In your business plan is different from proposal. Proposal is shorter. So don't write your business plan the way you write your proposal. Right? Proposal is shorter. Okay. So don't mislead, don't exaggerate, avoid typographical errors. Expectation. Okay, this is kind of the last slide. Most investors prefer existing businesses. So, but if it's not existing, then you should have a very convincing business idea. Have a bankable business plan. Be realistic with your costs. Don't say that, okay, what actually don't, when you know you need 2 million naira, you go and put 4 million, because when you get the other 2 million, you eat it, they use 2 million to do your business. Put the exact amount. People you are dealing with know the exact amount you need to start a particular business. All right, then register your business. If it's a business, you need to register with NAFDAC or your country's registration board. Any country you are, register your business with your government authority. All right. Ensure that in your business proposal there's evidence of return on investment, even if it's a grant. That there will be evidence of return of the money that that is being pumped into. So ability to collaborate. You have to collaborate. Let's show that you are going to collaborate in your business plan. Then financial recording. Keep your book. All right. Let your bookkeeping be up to date. Having a sustainability plan for your business. At least let us say that business will stay 3 years and beyond. Then have a strong media presence. Get a website. Website is not expensive. 10,000, 20,000. Get a website. Get social media handle. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and every other. Be seen, be known. All right. Have a very good level of understanding of your business. Let your business also be solving social issues like unemployment, gender, and so on and so forth. So there are so many other in Nigeria. There are so many funding opportunities like FADAMA, Bank of Industry, CBN, UN, AU, and while in Africa, we have this that you can see in the screen, SeedStar. These are just few of them: Share Interest, Tony Elmelu Foundation, Root Capital, Savannah Fund, She Leads Africa, Accelerator, Ashidin International Innovation Prize, Yali, my own very Yali, which I'm a member. So in summary, while we admit that finance and funding is a challenge to entrepreneurs in Africa, a good business plan will always be on its own, we attract funding. So instead of focus on money, focus on innovative business idea. Thank you so much. I hope
Thank
I read
you
my
so
30
much,
minutes.
Mr. Ikena Okafor.
Did I exceed my 30 minutes?
Okay, so Mr. Okafor is a very seasoned professional whose wealth of knowledge and experience has earned him the undisputed title, the SME Doctor. We have had his presentation or proposal, writing, and grant opportunities for Africa. But because of our time, we'll be taking only one question. If you have your question, okay, I'm seeing a hand. Sheriff Bello, please. Okay, we can hear you now.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sheriff.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, my question goes thus, on the aspect of the business proposal that you just put us through now. So my question is that, sir, you actually made mention of bookkeeping. For like what you said in one of your discussion, that most of the angel investors or the sponsor, they prefer somebody that has a working capital. So, but in the case of someone who is a startup that doesn't have anything, so how do we convince the investor? Then what can we include in our bookkeeping, sir?
Can you ask your question again? I think you're asking two different things. Can you be specific, please? Let me be sure.
My
question for bookkeeping or finance? Let me get exactly what you're asking about.
Sir?
Are you asking about your bookkeeping or your finance?
The two, sir, bookkeeping, then finance, sir. Like I say, for the startup who doesn't have, they don't have any capital. So how do we convince the investor that if the money is given, we'll be able to to manage the money effectively, sir?
Okay. All right. One of the simplest advice I have is start small. Start small. You want to start a business, as you rightly said, small, you don't have capital, and you say you want 20 million to start a business, nobody will answer you. Nobody will answer you. Start small. If you're asking for 2 million naira to start a mini bakery, you will get a support. If you're asking for 1 million naira to get a mini bakery, you will get support. Another thing that you can do is start it like just for few persons. For instance, when I started my rabbits, as much as I was doing it for pets reason, I was still keeping book. There was this book I was keeping for it. If I sell anyone to just a friend, I will document it. When he give birth, I will document it. So when I was going to discuss for people to invest, I could say, okay, look at how they give birth. Every 30 days, they give birth. In every 6 weeks, I sell this amount and I get this amount. You get your money back in 6 months and this. So you start small. I know I had the capacity to collect 10 million naira, but I didn't go and collect 10 million from anybody. So it will also help you to reduce your risk should anything go wrong. All right, so start small. I think I've answered the two questions. Start small, but when you're starting small, what you're asking for will not be much. All right. Then, even when you're starting small, ensure that your bookkeeping is up to date. Among the 5 non-financial reasons why small businesses fail is because they don't pay attention to bookkeeping. How many small businesses give employment letter to people who work for them? If you have a barbering salon, do you give a contract letter? Do you sign an agreement with your barber as a contract staff? Do you do that? No. So most businesses don't do it. Do you have employee handbook even for your 3 staffs? No. So these are simple things we need to start doing. You need to have all the documentation and show them that, look, I can grow. As far as documentation is concerned, I have this, I have staff file, I have their passport, I have this, I have, So all these little things matter. All right, you can also connect on my social media. Just Google SME Doctor or Okafor Ikenna Michael, my name. Okafor Ikenna Michael or SME Doctor. It will link you to all my social media handle and page. All right, if the moderator allows any question, I'm seeing Dr. Hassan.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Hassan, I'm sorry we'll not be able to take your question because we have far exceeded the time for this particular presentation. We're really sorry, but we need to go on. Thank you so much, SME Doctor. Your presentation is well understood, and I'm sure that subsequent questions will be directed to you personally on your social media handle. So please, you could just leave it in the chat room for anyone who would want to connect with you to be able to reach you personally. Now we're going to move on. Next, we will be having, oh, please, could we all say thank you to him? Thank you very much. Let's say thank you very much to our SME doctor, Mr. Ikenna Okafor. He has done excellently well. He has treated the topic very, very well. Thank you so much. Okay, so without further ado, I'll just want to introduce the next person, who is our very own Professor Jagdish Khatri. We were with him yesterday. We enjoyed his presentation yesterday on the topic, the power of personal discovery and life planning. Today, we're going to have him again, and he's going to be taking us on the topic, essentials of strategic leadership development for sustainable growth and development. So we are going to be having him right about now. So I would employ everyone to pay rapt attention as we welcome Professor Jagdish Khatri. If you have our attention, please. You're welcome, Prof.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you, sir.
Good afternoon, very good afternoon, and thank you very much for another opportunity to share my views with such a brilliant audience. And it has been a very learning opportunity for me also, listening to such wonderful speakers. Thank you very much. Today, my topic is related to okay, let me share my screen, please. Is it visible?
Not yet. Okay, Prof seems to be having a little bit of network challenge. Please exercise a little patience for him. He's going to come around shortly.
Am I able to share my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for another opportunity. And my topic today was the essentials of strategic leadership for sustainable growth and development. Let me just add that when we talk of strategy, leadership, management, sustainable development, etc., all these terms should not be just taken point of view or as if we are having an MBA class only, because all these things are important for self-management also. So the concept has to be understood in that light too. So what is sustainable development? In my view, development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And in my humble view, the development can be sustainable only when it is equitable for all regions, all countries, all societies and communities. Hence, for ensuring this in the whole world, it is necessary that everybody collaborates together, cooperates and collaborates so that prosperity is shared. Let's take an example of human body. As we all know, our human body consists of so many parts, which are all different in shapes and size. They perform different functions, but still they serve each other, and you can't be without any small part because they are all interdependent and serve each other. So interdependence is the key for sustainable development of the world. So it becomes imperative that all developed countries, they must be ready to share their expertise, their experiences and resources so that we ensure an equitable, inclusive and sustainable growth. So as I said earlier, all these concepts are applicable to business as well as our individual life too. Now, just a quick defining of these terms. Strategy is said to be a coherent set of actions aimed at gaining a sustainable advantage over our competition, improving our position vis-a-vis our customers, and accordingly allocate the resources. And when we talk of strategic management, as in business, it is having an understanding of rapidly changing environment, assess our own position within that environment, focus sharply on what is strategically important, and define our own long-term vision and direction that we must take. And we must match our activities along with our capabilities to suit the environment. Now, basic components, as we all know, of the strategic components are first starting with strategic intent. Strategic intent is what do we want to achieve, what is our vision, and how do we define our mission. Then the environmental scanning. In which environment are we? Because the environment is constantly changing, as we have seen in recent months due to COVID-19 also. So every company and every business, every family had to adjust it to the changing environmental scene. Then formulating our strategy, implementing it properly, and a constant review, evaluation, and controlling if it needs to change. Now, what is leadership? May I request the participants to just put it in chat box. In their view, is it controlling, motivating, directing, coordinating, manipulating, forcing, or influencing? Can we have quick replies on chat? Okay, just to save time, then leadership is basically the process of influencing. Even if the leader is not there, his or her influence should work. So I just give a small definition, one-line definition of leadership: a process to influence the behavior of team members to strive willingly for achieving desired common objectives. Now, you must be seeing that some words have been underlined. We have to understand it in a little bit more detail. Leadership is not an activity, it's not a position, it's a continuous process. As the environment changes, you have to change your leadership style also. It is basically to influence, not to direct. And it relates to human behavior of team members. Unless there is a team, where's the leader? What the leader can do? Whom he will be leading? To strive. To strive means not only do what is expected, but more than that, giving your best 100%. And that too willingly, not through force. For achieving, so there has to be some achievement orientation for desired common objectives, not only leaders' objectives, but the objectives that are common with the audience and with the team also. So who is a leader? John C. Maxwell has given a very good definition, small definition of it, which covers so many aspects of leadership. A leader is one who knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way. First requirement is knowledge. Knowledge, vision, experience, require training about the field. Then shows the way, that is, the leader should be ready to guide others, to share his experience and knowledge with others. And goes the way, he himself also follows that, and he sets a good example for the team members to follow. There was a study in Harvard about universal inner structure of effective leaders. I will quickly go through it. According to them, leadership is a combination of two things: knowing what to do and then getting things done. Knowledge plus ability to execute. And knowledge also has three parts: knowledge of self, as we discussed yesterday. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So knowledge of self, knowledge of people, how to handle them, and then the knowledge of job. So all three are important for exercising leadership. And the execution part, ability, consists of three things: initiative, willpower, and courage. Now, if we see it in the example of an automobile, so initiative is like a spark plug, willpower is your accelerator, and courage is the basic horsepower of the engine. So we need to have all these three: knowledge plus ability. Now I will skip a few slides just to fit in the time allotted. One thing again, as we discussed yesterday, I would like to emphasize the need for spirituality, the spiritual quotient. We should combine awakening, compassion, enlightenment, forgiveness, joy, inner peace, and the karma. Karma, you might be knowing, is the principle which says, as you sow, so shall you reap. So you get what you work for. So it's a simple return of what you do. If you do bad things, you get bad results. That is the karma philosophy. So all these dimensions must be also incorporated in the leader's character. And proactiveness. A leader has to be proactive for having a good strategic leadership, ability to predict or foresee problems, and prepare to prevent the problem if possible, or if it is not possible, minimize its impact on the organization or himself, and developing capabilities in advance to face the problem if it arises. As we have seen in the case of the pandemic, this was the something that was lacking in most of the nations, that our healthcare system was not proactive enough to handle the situation. And now we are becoming more wiser. I would like to present a case study on strategic leadership, which will give an idea how a leader can change the uh, fortunes of his company. These lessons from a company called Bajaj Auto from India. And I think the Bajaj brand name is well known in several countries and maybe in some African countries also. The new logo is Bajaj, the world's favorite Indian. It was founded in 1926 and is ranked as world's fourth largest three-wheeler and two-wheeler manufacturer. The brand is well known across several countries in Latin America, Africa, Middle East, South and Southeast Asia, exporting to more than 70 countries. Rahul Bajaj is the chairman since 1965, and the company's revenue has rose from 72 million rupees to 120 billion rupees. He is the person, Rahul Bajaj, the chairman. Hamara Bajaj was the slogan, our own Bajaj. It was one of the most successful brands in two-wheeler market for several decades, enjoying almost full monopoly. It was world leader in the production of scooters and three-wheelers. With the result, it had got no competition, no threats from any competitors. Assured market, long bookings for several years. We used to have a joke that as soon as a child is born, you must book the Bajaj scooter so that by the time he or she grows, the scooter comes. That was so much of booking just a few decades ago. No, but the things went wrong. But the company felt no need to improve quality or modernize. It was having monopolistic situation, which it was enjoying. So there was a position of complacency taking over. Bajaj kept ignoring the changing needs and tastes of consumers, how the things are changing, how the demography is changing, the new generations, what are their tastes. What was happening was that the scooters were fast being replaced by motorcycles as first preference of the young customers. But it was continuously producing scooters only. The company did not take note of technological developments taking place in the field, in India or in the world. The liberalization era was there. Globalization had come in the 80s. and imports were being allowed, technical collaborations were being allowed. So with the result, what happened? Over 80% of two-wheeler market was captured by motorcycles from other companies like Honda, TVS, Yamaha, etc. And Japanese motorcycles.
Hello, sir. Hello,
yes.
sir. Please, we can't see your slides. Can you share us the slide?
Are you not able to see the slides?
No.
Oh, you must have told earlier. Is it visible now?
No, please.
Princess. Okay, let me again try. Is it visible, madam? Is it better?
It is yet to come out. We are yet to see it. Okay, yes, it is out now.
Okay, thank God. So this was the position that the company which used to enjoy monopoly suddenly due to technological changes and changes in government policies, it just was on the making losses. So how it transformed? What strategies did it follow? The son of Chairman Rahul Bajaj was Mr. Rajiv Bajaj, a young dynamic person. He took over the mantle as MD in 2005. He is the person I have met him twice and listened to his lecture also. So strategic leadership that brought the transformation. He made a survey about what people feel about Bajaj and then what we should do. So he found that popular perception was Bajaj makes his scooter better, but its motorcycle are still unreliable. So what is the strategy? Do what is doable fast. Do what is doable fast. And what it did, it introduced a new model Bajaj Boxer, which was very cheap. They achieved cost reduction and reduce their warranty cost. So the cost came and it became more visible on road. Then second, Bajaj makes reliable but boring motorcycles. That was a popular perception in the minds of customers. So what is strategy he suggested? Do what is unexpected. Do what is unexpected from the company. So what he did, he formed a new R&D team that was having an average age of 26 years, just young fellows, and asked them to design and build fastest and different looking motorcycle on road. At that time, most of the motorcycles in competition were colorful, sleek models coming from Japan, mostly, and TVS. And what was the result? They came up with a new model, Bajaj Pulsar DTS, and a new slogan also, definitely male. So as if all the male population uses motorcycle, mostly motorcycles are used by men only. So it appealed to them that why you are having other things, this is the thing masculine, definitely male, to reflect a this Bajaj Pulsar became a highly successful model and changed the fortunes of the company. Another strategy that was followed was
Prof, we have lost your slide again. Could you share it?
Is it okay, madam?
Yes, we can see it now. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Then third was Bajaj makes exciting but predictable motorcycles. So the strategy was do what is different. And they came up with new models, Hudi Baba and Wind, etc. And a Bajaj Discover was launched with electric start and more comfortable. And that again proved to be a right strategy. So summing up the three strategies followed by Bajaj, do what is doable fast, do what is unexpected from you, do what is different. Now these three strategies, I think we all should take a good note of all these three. Can we not follow these strategies to improve our own career, our own businesses, or our own life? As we discussed yesterday, that God wants each one of us to be different and unique. And that is the formula for success in this competitive world. So essentials for sustainable development are that all the initiatives that we take must be put in our quality. All the learning that we have should be adopted in our business or in our life. And the insights gained should be shared with the team members or with the people that we have. Now, before I end, I would just like to show this small 1 minute video from World Economic Forum. So as we discussed yesterday, we need to fix our mind, but have a growth mindset. Now, I would like to end my session with a couplet which is in Urdu, and then I will give the translation in English, which is the mantra I have followed myself in my life, and perhaps it may help you also. That is, the couplet is, खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. That means strive to reach such heights of excellence in your field that even God has to seek your own permission before writing your destiny. That should become our mantra. That we have to excel in whichever way we are, whichever field we are, whatever we choose to do or become. If we are excellent and continuously improving, continuously learning, then even we become masters of our own destiny. I wish you all the best to everyone, to IIPM, all the success, and thanks a lot for giving me this honor of being in this conference. Thank you very much. My email ID is here. I'm on LinkedIn also, and I will welcome your comments on the sessions, yesterday session and today's sessions too. And I regret the technical glitches that keep on coming in the presentations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Jagdish Khatri. We really appreciate your time and effort in giving us this wonderful, amazing, awesome presentation. We all have learned from it. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to find out if we have questions based on what you have just presented. I personally have gotten something from your light slide. You said that attitude is more important than your intelligence. And I think if we take that home to help us to have a better mindset in fixing ourselves and fixing Africa. All right, so if we have questions, let us know so we can take those questions. Let me take a look at the chat room. Do we have questions? Okay, no questions here. Let me see here. Do we have questions? All right, so if you have questions, please ask your questions now to Professor Jagdish. Okay, so we don't seem to have questions, and that means that your presentation was really well understood, and so we don't have questions. Thank you so much, Prof. Please, can we all say thank you to Prof? He has done an amazing job. Can we say thank you to him?
Thank you, Princess Madam. I look forward to more such opportunities of interacting and contributing to your institution and to the Africa. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. All right, so we are going to take an announcement before we call it a day. Once again, you're all welcome to the Integrated Institute of Professional Management, the home of management professionals. We are an international community of management professionals and consultants approved by the Federal Ministry of Education, Nigeria, and legally registered as the Professional Training and Certification Institute with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria. Our vision is to build, reposition, and integrate human capital for sustainable growth and development in Africa and beyond. Our mission is to improve the quality of human capital in Africa through continuous professional development programs, strategic networking, digital integrations, and research and development. We're poised towards raising world-class professionals that will bring positive transformation to the African economy. Our accreditation and affiliations. IIPM International is accredited by the Federal Ministry of Education, Nigeria, National Council of Management Development, Nigeria, Society for Human Resources Management, USA, Chartered Institute of Management Consultants, USA, and in partnership with the Professional Evaluation and Certification Board, Canada. What do? We provide quality and value-driven services to both private and public entities in the areas of professional training and certifications, capacity development workshops, seminars, conferences, and discussions, professional membership, continuing education program, and consulting. How do we deliver our services? We deliver through quality and experienced professionals, seamless digital and traditional integration, use of both online and classroom facilities, and effective state-of-the-art system. effective andragogy, tools, and techniques. About this conference, Africa, irrespective of her overwhelming wealth of both human and natural resources, is still considered as the poverty world. Africa is of abundance, yet the citizenry wallow in abject lack, and while all fingers keep pointing in political systems, economic policies, some challenges in Africa, it is pertinent to note that our foundational funds is in our minds. The 2021 minds as Africans to solve our indigenous problems, thought restoring the glory of Africa, that we are collectively responsible for Africa. Conference objectives. By clearly stating their vision for living, discover for living, personal life plans, and state discover positive and creative, solve identified strategies for living above hard times. This conference is 100% free for all participants. Only e-copy of the certificate of participation will be issued to participants. Participants must sign the attendance form to get certified. The conference speakers are the host, Eborishe Banito, Professor Ndubisi Ekekwe, Professor Jagdish Khatri, Dr. Lanre Phillips, Dr. Emery Agunwa, Bishop Okudili Eze, Engineer Oliver U. Eze, Pastor Ifoma Eze, Mr. Ikena Okafor. Conference coordinators are Chidike Namani, Princess Nabuife, and Abraham Thompson. Upcoming programs are 1. The Certified Project Management Professional Certificate course online that will be starting in September 11 to 2021. 2. Professional Management Workshop and Membership Induction holding December 1 to 3, 2021 in Abuja. 3. Executive Mini MBA on Strategic Business Management, which starts in January 15, 2022. We are on social media, and our social media platforms are Facebook, IIPM International, LinkedIn, Integrated Institute of Professional Management, Twitter, IIPM Nigeria, Google page, IIPM International. So the link for this class is going to be shared right about now. So if you have not been able to fill the form or the link, you would have right now. Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate your time. And I will be handing over to Dr. Banito.
Thank you so much, Princess. It has been an awesome time. And thanks to all the faculty that delivered this afternoon section. I must say a very big thank you to all of us that have persevered up to this point. You've truly shown the spirit, the most desired spirit for success. And we want to appreciate that. We are rounding up this program now. We are supposed to have a section on international scholarships and studying abroad. But unfortunately, that speaker tends to be having some network issues. He has been offline. So we might not have to wait all day. So we'll be rounding up straight away. But before we round up, once again, we want to say a very big thank you to everyone. Ensure to take your attendance before you leave. And make sure that you send us a good picture to use for your photo book. That will be all for now. Now, we'd like to take some very quick recommendations. If you've not given us a review on Google, please try and do so, because that's where our own review is. So kindly give us a review on Google, right? And we all be on the same path. Now, the upcoming programs had been mentioned. Please, we encourage you to be part of them, especially come December, first week of December, we'll be having our professional management workshop here in Abuja. So irrespective of where you are, please kindly plan and prepare to be in that workshop. All information regarding that will be sent. It is going to be a twofold program. We'll have a management workshop, professional management workshop, and then we'll have membership induction. So for everyone who is looking forward to joining us as professional members, please feel free to join us. We are glad that we have members from outside of Nigeria. At least Professor Jagdish is one of our fellows, and it's an honor to have him in our membership as a fellow, all the way from India. We have some of our members from Canada, US, and all of those other countries. So if you wish to join us, you don't even need to wish, just do your plans well and be there. December 1st to 3rd, we'll send you the invitation, we'll send you the letter to your email, and you could do well to invite your organization, all right? Okay, now that being said, we want to sincerely extend our heartfelt gratitude first to the IPM community for making this conference a success. And then we are extending this heartfelt gratitude to all of the faculty members from all over the world. They made this sacrificial commitment to ensure that we all get to be empowered in our minds. So it has been awesome. And then we want to also thank the coordinators of this program. They've been up and down. It had been months-long planned program, and today it has been a great success. So we want to appreciate all of the coordinators that made this happen. So I want to say a very big thank you. And also we're extending our very big thanks to all the partners and the sponsors of this program. Yes, the program is free, but some people made it happen. Nothing is actually free. Nothing ever is free. People pay the price. Okay, so for everyone sponsor who paid one price or the other to make sure that this conference was a success, some people paid for the Zoom link to be opened. We had to open up the link to up to 500. Some people paid for the Facebook adverts. Some people paid for other things. So we want to say a very big thank you to everyone. Some people paid for the Google Classroom, and some people are working on the photo book. Some worked on the flyers, and we are all saying a very big thank you to all of the sponsors. Our gratitude to the ones that we are present. We had the Tekidia Institute, we had Marina Group, we had LP Consorts, we had the DIHSS from Ghana, and then we have the Lead Africa Foundation. We had the Sarah June Travels and Tours. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of you for making this conference a very big success. Now, regarding all we've learned, in the summary of all of this, please, I would like us to pay a very rapid attention. I just have a few minutes, then we will go and have a rest. We promised that we are going to end before 4 o'clock. Thank God that Professor Jagdish did a great work. And now we are going to stop actually before 4. Okay, so in all of this we've learned, the most important thing, or the most profound way to show that we really learned something is the attitude, the change in mindset, the change in attitude that will begin to display from henceforth. It's quite unfortunate that irrespective of the fact that we are here talking about mind shift, some people are still here. I may not be too far from the truth if I say that a whole lot of us are so much interested in the attendance because it is part of the prerequisite for certificate. So it simply means that there are some of us were here with no intention to change any mindset of any kind. Well, congratulations to such people. It's a good thing. And that's one of the basic problems of Africa. Our problem is that we just love paper more than anything. We love anything called certificate. We just want it. Some people are much more interested in, can I get the attendance link? Let me sign and go. If we drop the attendance link now, this attendance you're seeing here, we have 97 people here. Drop attendance now, it will reduce by 50. And if you like, we can do the practical now. We'll drop it and then see what happens to this attendance to tell you what people really have their minds on. Okay, so if we really want to be game changers, if we want to be transformers, we should learn to pay attention to things that matter most. Okay, we should learn to pay attention to things that matter most. Well, that's by the way. So all of the things we've learned, let it be evident in our display of character. Okay, let it be evident in our display of character. That's very, very important. Now, another important thing I will talk about as we round up. The closing section of this program is on the African advantage. Do we have advantage as Africans? The answer is yes. And the answer is yes, because we are still one of the underdeveloped continents in the world. That means we have a whole lot of problems to solve. And that makes us one of the richest people on earth. For the fact that we understand the point that we are underdeveloped and we have problems to solve, that makes us a home, a potential home for prosperity. Okay, prosperity unequaled. What eyes have not seen, what ears have not heard, what have not entered the hearts of men. It is still available to us in Africa. So we should realize that that on its own is an opportunity and is an advantage for us. It's an advantage for us in this generation. Those of us that are still living, is an advantage for us. So we must take that seriously to fix the problems that we see. Now, secondly, this is very, very important. We've learned so much. Some of us might leave this conference and may not remember the things that they've been taught. But one of the best ways to get going with when you learn is to get a mentor. So mentorship is a very vital tool for driving sustainable growth and development. If you don't have a mentor, please try as much as you can to get one. We have mentors everywhere. And if you're going to be a member of this institute, automatically you have mentors within the institute who are going to assist you at no fee to whatever thing you want them to assist you with. Okay. Dr. Larry offered to mentor someone today for 30 days for free. And assuming you know Dr. Larry and how busy his schedule is, today is in Nigeria, tomorrow is in UK, next tomorrow is in Ghana, next tomorrow is in Italy and all of that. If you know how busy his schedule is, and for him to offer to mentor someone for 30 days, that will tell you there is a whole lot of value. Okay, so I will encourage us, let's find the right mentors and then let's share with them our visions, our aspirations, our dreams, and let them find the best way to help us. At this juncture, men and brethren, we'd just like to have one or two comments on this conference. Are there things you would like us to do better? Are there things you would like to say about this conference? Has this conference changed in any way? Please, we'll just take one or two comments and then we'll be rounding up. For the certificates, we will work on the certificates and upload them in the Google Classroom. So all you need to do is to download the file and find your own certificate inside, right? I'll repeat that again. We will work on all of the certificates, put them in a zip file and upload them in the Google Classroom. So your assignment is to get that and then download it. So on or before Saturday next week, all of those things will be online and all of the materials will be uploaded. The photo book will be uploaded. The photo book will contain all of our pictures, our phone numbers and email for easy networking. So you can easily network with with each other, all right? Or principally get to meet with each other. All right, so we'll take one or two comments and then we will be hanging up from here. So we have a hand up already. We have two hands up. So please, let's just go straight to the point. 1 minute is enough, then another person will be given the floor. All right, so we have Emmanuel Oladeji. Please, Mr. Emmanuel Oladeji, kindly unmute and let's hear from you. 1 minute is enough, and then we'll be running.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank God for this type of program. I think if we can have it again, it will have a lot of changes. But the major thing you have seen here is that attitude is important and intelligent. And the last thing you said is that we should let it show in our habits. Unlike when we are looking for certificates, you have really melted me down today. And I promise that I will have such attitudinal change. Thank you, and God bless the company.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. Okay, let's have Mrs. Folashade Akinrimola. Okay, please. Oh, did I? Please, Mrs. Folashade, sorry, I made a mistake and brought down your hand instead of omit. Okay, Mrs. Folashade, please, your network tends not to be very strong, and in such, I cannot really unmute you. So please kindly ensure that your network is strong so that we can see your audio and then we can unmute you. Okay, so please we'll have Olorunwa Iromura. Please, if that looks like your name, kindly unmute.
All right. Thank you very much. It's Olorunwa Iromura.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. My own view is that this is a very special program for this special period in the face of Africa, where Nigeria is one. And I will appeal if these programs can be as in stage subsequently in such a way that people will have opportunity to acquire more knowledge and see how they can provide more solutions to the society rather than seeing doom every time. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olorunwa. Thank you so much. All of these contributions we are making, please note that we are taking them wholeheartedly and we are working with them to better improve the discussion by next year. All right, thank you. Okay, so we have Sharif Bello. Please, Sharif Bello, kindly unmute and let's hear from you.
Good afternoon, sir, and thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
So I sincerely appreciate the IIPM management and the sponsors. So I pray that God continue to replace their pockets.
Amen.
So in fact, the organization actually done wonderfully well for the citizen. Let me say all over the world. At this time, people are complaining about economic situation. So in fact, I really appreciate the program. But what I just want to suggest is that in case of the future one, because some people will not just come join the program and go back just to back their attendance. So I will suggest we can have a breakout room in the future. So
sorry, sir, I didn't get that.
Breakout room in the future.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that contribution. Thank you. Although we are supposed to have a breakout room in this section, but for the sake of time, we try to manage the whole situation. So sorry we couldn't accommodate that part of this program. Thank you, sir. Okay, Isaac Taki, please, Mr. Isaac, kindly unmute and let's hear from you.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks to each and everyone who made it to this program and the organizers of this program. Thank you very much for eliminating some of the behavior, some of the mindset of most of the Africans which will lead to a positive change in the future. Thank you very much for that exercise. I have advice for all the participants. What I want to say is that from what we have learned today, we should try our possible best to inculcate in this knowledge we have get today to our dear friends, brothers and sisters who couldn't get this opportunity to attend this conference today. If you are a teacher, a classroom teacher, you can do your part by inculcating knowledge that you have learned from today's conference to help the future generation to change automatically. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac, for your wonderful contribution. Okay, let's please have Mr. Augustine, my good friend. Mr. Augustine, please.
Yes, thank you very much. I don't know if you can hear me, Mr.
Yes,
Banito,
yes,
Dr.
we can
Banito.
hear you loud and clear.
You know, my greatest joy is, aside seeing you here on this platform, I've known you to be really hardworking. And that translates also to the organization you represent. And it's also a challenge for me, in order to personalize this, to be the change that I desire or I see even in you. Even though I will not talk to you as being my mentor, but from what I have seen and noticed from you, which is exhuming from the knowledge you've gotten from maybe your organization and from the whole reservoir of knowledge you've been gathering, I think this is a good one for the youth. And I think I have learned something from you now. And also, we also want to say, if we are saying we have partners who paid for what we are benefiting from during this conference, and maybe the previous ones you've had, or maybe the partners that we're going to have in future, because this is a family already.
Yeah, sure.
I am also suggesting that if we can have an impact assessment or an evaluation form, I don't know if we have it already,
sure,
so that instead of saying this one after the other, we can pour out our mind, because I cannot just express the feelings and the benefits I have gotten from this conference just by saying all this. So if there is a form, I think I will be the first to fill it,
yes,
instead of feeling as if I'm flattering you now. So thank you, Dr. Banito, and thank you, IPM, for this great knowledge.
Thank you so much. So obviously, there is a form that will be passing out after we are done with the whole conference, so that we can have our own reviews and also to be able to assess the impact. Thank you, Mr. Austin, my wonderful friend. Thank you so much. Okay, Falasha Day is back. Okay, so I think we will take only these hands that are up now. We are not doing any other thing, just to take all of these commendations, and then we are up, or we are going. So let's have Falasha Day, please. Falasha Day, kindly unmute.
Yeah, good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon, ma.
I want to say I'm the happiest woman on earth today. Sincerely, I had to just break out and call one or two friends to come and see what I've been able to gain today.
Wow.
As I'm talking to you, one of my friends has just joined. I've been attending conferences. Sincerely, I want to tell you that I'm proud I can beat my chest. Though I'm also a fellow of NIPR. I've attended so many conferences in and outside the country, but I want to say sincerely, but this is a practical section. It's a section whereby even if you are not in the church, spiritually, your mind is opened. Business-wise, you know what you are supposed to do. And in all ramification, I want to sincerely say you have done well. And I pray by the special grace of God. I ought to have been a member 3 years ago. There was a time that one of your PR was running after me, but because of the so many things I got to do, I was not able to key into the program. But by the special grace of God, very, very soon I'm going to be a member. This is one of these conferences you will attend and you would have a change of heart. You have a change of mind. I wish everybody present now started with us today. I have gained so much. And I want to say a very big thank you. I want to say this worth more than £2,000 if you really want to go outside for a conference. I have never attended a conference whereby practically I would be moved. And I also want to tell everybody that today I just shut down everything. I've not taken my bath. I have to go back to my room. I say I just have to be part of everything. So once again, I want to say thank you. I want to say the Lord bless your vision, the Lord bless the organizer, and the Lord bless everyone that has impacted one way or the other to us. And I want to also say thank you to my automatic mentor. I will follow him, and I will follow this our God that is coordinating. I will follow you by the special grace of God, so that I will also have something to show in the nearest future. Once again, thank you. God bless you all.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Folashade. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your coming, and for everyone that has been here. Okay, I'm seeing the two Olani is here. Okay, so Olani Oyedolakwo. Olani Oyedolakwo, please kindly unmute. Olani Oyedolakwo, can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Dr. Benito.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Trust you are good. I could see it. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. This is nice, highly impactful. Though this is a very strategic, especially in this time that we are all going through one issue or the other, generally in Africa. I want to sincerely appreciate you for this and for the hard work put together in achieving all this. Took your time out to do all this. It's highly good for us. Thank you. Then you mentioned something that is remarkable about attitude. I think that is what we are lacking most. That's one of the things we are lacking most in Africa generally. Changing our attitude is even though we can hear all this from now to tomorrow, but if we didn't have the mindset of doing the right thing, we still be running, we still be turning around the bush. But this will really help us at this time. It's highly good for us. Thank you. And I want to ask for something, that after this conference, we could have the soft copy that we can as well refer back, so that we can listen again. So even though when we are missing our track, we can all go back and fetch from it then, so that it will keep us going.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Stephen. Obviously, all of the materials will be available to us all, so you don't need to request for that again. Okay, so all we need to do, like I said earlier in today's announcement, just make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that's where we're going to upload all of that, so that you can have access to them. And also make sure that you're in the Google Classroom. Okay, we are not charging anybody any dime from this program. So all you need to do is make sure you get to be where you're supposed to be part-time. Make sure you're on our YouTube channel. Make sure you're in the Google Classroom. We might not pass it out in the WhatsApp groups, because we want to use the Google Classroom as it helps us save more information, and it is easy to manage, or easier to manage. All right. So please, let's find ourselves at all of those places. Okay. I'm going to share the attendance link right now, and someone will give us a final remark. There are so many hands still up, but we might not take all of the hands. Please, we promise to leave here before 4, and it's almost 4. So please, we will try as much as we can to keep to our word. So for the hands up, we'll only take 2. And for the 2, it's going to be 30 seconds. And for the 30 seconds, we'll just need one person to give us a vote of thanks, and that will be all. So the attendance link is shared now. We're sharing the attendance link right now for everyone. So please, let's endeavor to take our attendance. And like I said, we are going to put all the certificates in one folder and share it up in the Google Classroom. So you could open the zip and then find your own and download. We will encourage everyone to upload. You can upload your certificate or show your certificate on LinkedIn, then you tag us, so that we can also say 1 or 2 things concerning you. All right. It is part of online visibility, and is also part of professional networking. All right. Okay, so let's have Usman Kina. Usman, please. 30 seconds. Usman, please.
Good day, sir.
Good day, please.
Thank you very much for organizing this conference. Personally, for me, as a National Youth Service Corps member, it's really an opportunity for me to participate in this virtual conference, which is my first time. I cannot sincerely appreciate you enough for all you have done. And I've been following this conference since yesterday as it started. It was this very day. I want to sincerely thank you and your team and the speakers of every session of this conference. I want to sincerely appreciate your effort. I'm hoping next time you organize something for us like this again, in order for us to key in and see how we can develop ourselves and discover ourselves. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Usman. Thank you for that. Okay, Fatoye Kudus. Please, Fatoye.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, my name is Fatoye Kudus. I just really want to appreciate you, sir, because ever since I met you during my NYC day on the NYC camp in Nasarawa, I think ever since that day, I'm attending a lot of your programs. I've really had a lot of change of mind. My mindset has changed because a lot of things I used to do at that time, I think I've really understood what. Hello, sir.
Yes, we are with you. Go ahead.
Yes, I think I've really learned a lot. And as for we the youth, I think we really need a lot of these programs, like to help us shape our thinking, our way of doing things, and our way of handling things. And I just really want to appreciate you, sir, and thank you so much, sir, for everything, for the programs, for the training, for the conferences. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I noticed that most of the people that have been commenting, they are commenting about me, not about the conference. Please, the reviews on the conference, not me as a person. I'm just a part of the team. Okay, so there are so many of us here that made this happen, all right? Okay, so people are still raising hand. Please, we'll not take more hands. So no, we are not taking another hand. Please, whatever thing you have to say, we'll take it in the impact assessment form that will be shared. Please, everyone, ensure to fill up that impact assessment form as you get it, and that will be awesome. All right. Okay. Now, can we have a vote of thanks? Okay, so we have two Damilola here, and they are, in fact, there are two people I respect so much. One is a deacon, an elder. One is a youth leader. So who should we give the? Okay, so let's have two votes of thanks. One from the elder and one from the youth. So let's have Deacon Orireton, our new incoming. Well, let me keep it there. Please, Mr. Orireton, can you please give us a vote of thanks? Elder, as an elder, then Damilola will give us vote of thanks as youth.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
And Dr. Banito and every other participant of this conference. On behalf of the participants, I want to really appreciate all that have been put into this conference, from the speaker to the organization, for the arrangement, for the knowledge that we have been impacted with. I really want to appreciate the management of IRPM. God will richly bless you. I have really enjoyed a lot of information through this medium, and I want to also encourage our new participants to IPM to seize the opportunity to benefit in all the courses and other trainings they have. Each time I attend, I just opted to assist somebody with 5,000 naira on material for one of the courses, and that is how I got the information since last year, September. And I have done 4 courses, solid courses from IPM, and it is impacting my life, and each time I'm happy about it. So I really want to appreciate you. God will really bless you. You will continue to impact African nation and our individual countries and ourselves. And God will continue to promote you in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much, our own Dikin Damilola Rureton. Don't worry, we will soon share your full profile. Thank you, sir. Okay, can we have the next Damilola Olaniyi, youth leader? Please, I'm calling him youth leader. I don't know whether he's youth leader or not, but I just know he's a youth doing exploits in Africa. You're welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Banito. I want to use this medium of time to appreciate IIPM for this great work. Of course, it has been tremendously overwhelming. I mean, we've received a lot of knowledge. And I strongly believe that everybody that has participated in this meeting, they will have one or two things that they've took home to go and work on, because receiving knowledge is important. But most importantly, when we practice what we've learned, you know, it goes a long way. And of course, I want to appreciate all our instructors for dispensing so much into us. The only way we can make them proud is to show results. And of course, lastly, I want to crave indulgence of all the participants. The best way we can make IIPM to be known to others is when we turn to marketers. This is what we are receiving. We shouldn't be stingy about it. Let's go all the way. I mean, let's talk to people about what IIPM is doing. If we can see organization impacting our society to this level, the only way we can give back to them is to tell others about what they are doing, so the impact can spread across the globe. Thank you so much once again for the investment, you know, you've given to us. And of course, lastly, I want to crave our indulgence once again that we should go back to what we've learned, what we call knowledge retention. We can't capture everything in this meeting. It is not possible. If at all, when you notice that you get stuck about making a decision or you want to develop a strategies, go back to one session, maybe the one Dr. Larry Philip, you know, taught us or whatever. Go back to it, listen to it again. What you are looking for may be there. Sometimes we don't need to pray. You just need to go back to the materials you've came across before and just pick something there. God is there waiting for you in order to open your eyes. Thank you so much, IIPM. Thank you, Dr. Banito. You always been there. I mean, doing amazing thing for this, this society. I pray that God will reward IIPM tremendously. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you everybody at the top.
Thank you so much, Damilola Olani, youth leader. Okay, so maybe when we get to IIPM alumni, I will advocate that you become the youth coordinator. Thank you so much, everyone. It has been awesome. We might look exhausted, but we cannot be exhausted. We've taken the responsibility, or we've chosen to be responsible for the advancement of Africa. And for that reason, whether we are sleeping, awake or not, the responsibility remains on our shoulders. And once again, to everyone, thank you. Feel free to use the Google Classroom to reach us. Feel free to use the emails. Feel free to send us anything you want, just send to us. But please, like I said, all certificates will be processed and sent in the Google Classroom. And then you just download, find your own, and keep for yourself. Someone called me within this program. I think that was the last session that Professor Jagdish was taking. Someone called me and she said she's working with Ministry of Health. I don't know whether she's still here. And she said, please, how can I get this certificate? It's urgent. I'm like, what makes it urgent? You didn't ask us to put a conference, neither did you tell us to give you certificate. So what makes it urgent? And she was like, there is a present need in her ministry that she need to provide a certificate of attendance in a recent workshop for her to be considered for promotion. I was like, wow, that's awesome. So when you get your certification, make sure you keep it safe. Although water might not be able to spoil it, but make sure you don't lose your email address where you save it. And make sure you keep it safe. Make sure you use it for the right purpose. The certification we are giving you here is internationally valid. So it's not as though we just want to cook up paper and give you, no. Our name have power. And I'm not saying that as a way of attraction, no. The name IIPM has international recognition, okay? So please make sure you use it accordingly. And we trust that your testimony will be sure. At this note, men and brethren, we want to say a very big thank you. If you have not signed your attendance, please make sure you do so. If you've not joined the Google Classroom, please make sure you do so. So